Thanks for joining us for Denver 7 News at 6 on this Friday. I'm Jessica Porter.
And I'm Jessica Crawford. We are on wildfire watch for the 5th straight day in a row.
Multiple fires still burning across the state at this hour. This week's wildfires have killed one person, damaged or destroyed at least 30 buildings, prompted thousands of evacuations along the Front Range, and triggered Governor Jared Polis to deploy the Colorado National Guard.
You can see those fires on this map: the Alexander Mountain Fire in Larimer County, the Stone Canyon Fire in Boulder County, the Bucktail Fire in Montrose County, and the Quarry Fire in Jefferson County. We have live team coverage tonight covering the fires all across the Front Range and how weather conditions could impact the firefight.
We begin with Denver 7's Sam Pena at the largest of these fires, the Alexander Mountain Fire. Officials now say more than 30 structures have been burned. And Sam, you spoke to a man who says he lost everything in that fire.
Yeah, that's right, Jessica. And what you said just a moment ago, the largest fire, well, guess what? It's still growing. The most recent estimate they gave us was 9,375 acres and still only 5% contained. There is a little bit of good news right now, though, that they did give us. Specifically, they're having some success areas in the Cedar Park area, and they also say they've managed to prevent it from leaping over Highway 34. That's their big concern right now. They still have some contingencies in place to make sure that they are preventing the embers from crossing the highway and starting a fire on the other side, which they say is possible since the conditions are so dry right now. But they also mentioned that we're seeing some issues with those thunderstorms potentially coming in this weekend that could cause some issues as well with that wind. Now, fortunately, some of those mandatory evacuations have been decreased to voluntary evacuations. So 2,088 people now are under voluntary instead of mandatory. And like you said, the National Guard, they're going to be assisting with those roadblocks. Now, a few more structures did burn overnight. You mentioned it climbed to more than 30. Some of those people still don't know that their homes have been burned, but a damage assessment crew will soon be notifying them.
As soon as we are finished here today with this press conference, I'll be joining members of our Office of Emergency Management and notifying those folks who have lost their homes or lost other structures. We're going to give you some resources on what to do next if you do receive that call.
And some people were aware that their home burned down. We spoke to one man, Walter Shields. He says that it was difficult for him because he not only found out that his home burned down, he had to actually watch it happen.
It was always a kind of a dream to move into a log cabin in the mountains.
3 years ago, Walter Shields' dream came true when he and his wife moved into this log cabin near Drake.
You know, I didn't want to watch it over and over and over again. It's too hard.
3 years later,
just watching it on the camera is watching your place burn like that.
That dream is up in flames.
I never in my wildest dreams expected to lose a home this way or lose everything.
The added pain Walter had to endure watching his dream home burning on the very cameras he had set up around the property.
It was kind of sickening. It really was. It was kind of a relief though, because I didn't have to worry about it anymore.
Walt and his wife evacuated to a temporary shelter set up at a local elementary school.
I have 4 dogs, so I had to get them out of there.
Now they're staying at a hotel while waiting to see or hear from assessors if they can salvage anything.
I'm just like plugging away every day, trying to move forward and not lose hope.
And when the smoke clears, they plan to return.
It's a shame to lose a house that's been there for 44 years, but
and rebuild the dream they lost.
We'll just have to make a new memory there.
Walter says that he's grateful to his coworkers who are not only paying for his hotel stay right now, they also set up a GoFundMe account to be able to help him recover. You can find a link to that on our website, denver7.com. Reporting live in Larimer County, I'm Sam Pena, Denver 7.
Sam, thank you. So with 30 structures burned, more people could be getting this tough news, but there is help out there.
We've set up a Denver 7 Gives campaign to help people like Walter impacted by these fires. And if you would like to donate, all you have to do is scan that QR code on your screen, or you can go to denver7.com/gives and select Help Victims of Colorado Wildfires from the drop-down menu.